Welcome to Faithfully Us, a space where faith meets family and quiet voices are heard. If you're looking for encouragement and real talk, you're in the right place. Let's walk this journey together. Hi, welcome back to Faithfully Us. Thank you for tuning in once again. Thank you for everybody who has been supporting us and following us, subscribed, and have been watching our videos. We greatly appreciate it. So today's topic is going to be, we had this question asked in one of our last videos, is would we ever consider moving back home to Antigua? So Kamwe, I'm gonna pass it to you first.
Yeah.
Would we consider moving back home?
So I
Why
think,
or why not?
yeah. So we speak about this. We go through this topic maybe once every like year
Maybe
or
maybe
year and a half or
once
something like that.
yeah, I think I'll say this. I think after when we were dating, we talked about it a lot. When we first got married, we talked about it a lot.
Hmm.
Context I would say is my immediate family is back in Antigua. So my mom and my two brothers, they're still there. Kamoy's immediate family, they're in the United
Yeah.
States.
But
His extended family is in Antigua still. And I have extended family in Antigua as well. But yeah, I was really adamant about moving back home when we first got married. And like, I was missing my family and I wanted to be back home at the time. But I think, things have changed since then. But go ahead.
I wouldn't say you're adamant.
Oh yeah, I was
I
ready
would
to
say
move back
no.
home.
You're ready to move back where you could move back at a drop of a hat. But
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
like you're like, okay, we're moving back
Yeah,
home
yeah,
in
that's true.
5 years.
Yeah, because we would talk about it, and then it would be like, "All right, whenever you're ready," And at this time, we didn't have
Yeah.
kids and stuff, so we can just up and leave. But we never did. We stayed. Um, but yeah. So would you move back home?
Yeah.
Why and why not in the
Um,
season that we're in?
in this season, so I don't think there's ever a scenario where I'm like, I'm never moving back home to
Mm.
Antigua.
Yeah.
So Antigua is always home. I will always consider myself Antiguan
Mhm.
because I am Antiguan.
Yep.
To this
Same.
day, I do not consider myself American. I don't feel American.
Same.
Um, I still feel like a foreigner living here. So, so yes, I would consider moving back to Antigua because that's home. That Antigua is me. Antigua is in my blood, in and out. So, but I feel as though there's other situations that we consider whenever we speak about moving back home.
Hmm.
Um, so, for me, the biggest issues for me now is that I worry about fitting in back home. So it's already bad enough that I don't quite fit in here. But thinking about moving back home and thinking about, okay, so am I going to be accepted back home? Is people gonna, am I going to fit in with people now since I've been gone? I've been gone since I was 13.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
obviously there's things that I didn't experience back home, things that I missed back home, and then things that I've gotten used to here.
Yeah.
So
But do you think that's a valid reason to say, I don't want to move back? I might
no,
not fit in. Do
no,
you think that's
it's not I don't want to, but that's a concern I have.
Okay. Yep.
And
That's
so
fair.
because like all the relationships and everything that I was forming when I was in high school and everything when I was 13 moving forward, I don't have those relationships
Mhm.
anymore. The other relationships that I would have formed, I haven't formed those relationships. So it'd be like
Yeah.
starting over from scratch when we're like moving back home will be just dropping ourselves into people's lives, kind
Yeah.
of. So,
Yeah.
so yeah. So me, yes, I would consider moving back home, but right now, that's one of the concern I have whenever I think about
Yeah.
moving back home.
Yeah. Not fitting
So,
in.
mhm.
What else you got?
How about you?
So are you saying right now is a no? You wouldn't like
I would
right now?
say at this moment, no, but it's kind of weird because every year I feel like it's different.
Mm.
Because, for instance, at the start of this year, I would say I was probably at a 60% where I'm moving back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm just waiting for one more thing to happen,
Yeah.
and then we're moving back home. So, but it depends on the situation, depends on the time and what's going on, and things like
Yeah.
that. So,
Um I'm kind of like you where I would say I would never. I'm not gonna say I would never move back home. Never. I would not say that at all. But I feel like where we are right now, I'm not sure if I want to. Um I feel like, we've talked over the years, we've talked about a lot of pros and cons, and I'm not sure if the cons I think maybe the cons outweigh the pros
Okay,
a little bit.
so what would you say? Give me 5 pros of moving back home.
Uh, um, my
I'll say
family's
family, yeah,
my family is there, right? I would love for our kids to have I mean, they're really close with my family right now, but I want them, there, in
yeah.
person. So, to be home and close to my mom and my brothers, that would be great. Food. I miss the food all day, every day. The food, the fruits, all the things. I miss that. My friends, I still have friends there. I would want to, I mean, we talk now and everything, but it would be nice just to be there in the same country with them. That would be nice. Weather. I don't like the cold.
What's the temperature right now?
It's 70, I think, right now. But listen, it's 70, but it's a little breezy, so it's a little
70, 70,
chilly.
70 in the middle of winter.
That's true. No, no, no. I'm not putting down Colorado. I mean, this is great, right? 70 in February in Colorado. That's amazing. But when it's winter, it could get cold. And I just don't, I
Is
like
it
the
Jersey
heat.
cold though?
It's not Jersey cold at all, but I like the heat, so the weather. It's just, kind of the same all year round. And I think, I don't know, there's like a lot of, I think, perks in terms of like holidays and time off and just like little things like that, I think would be a pro.
I think you have one more.
No, that was 5.
Was that?
Friends, the holiday, the perks, the food.
Oh, the food was separate. Okay.
Yeah, the food was
Okay.
separate. Yeah.
So I think adding on, I agree with those perks. The weather, I'm not quite sure about the weather. I feel like the weather is hit or miss because I don't think I could deal with humidity now. So
Yeah.
I think my skin changed or something. So every time I go back home, it takes me a second to be like, oh man.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh, can I add? I got
you
another
got
one. Culture, right?
culture, yeah,
I think for our kids, like teaching them. I know we talked about this before, but teaching so they can see like this is how we grew up. This is how things are. Just
yeah.
having that cultural identity, I think, is
Yeah,
important.
I think adding on to yours too, I would say the simplicity. Like
Yeah.
I miss how simple life was. I
Mhm.
miss the simplicity of it all, and that there's a lot of extra things and extra concerns that you have up here, whereas there back home it was just simple.
Yeah.
Like so, but then that could also be a bad thing too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, so I miss the simplicity of it all. But going into the bad thing,
The
I
cons.
guess I'll start with the cons.
Yeah.
Is
Be
that
careful now.
yeah,
We don't want to. No
I
offense to
might
anybody. Please just be
I might want to
mindful.
tiptoe around
Yeah.
this,
Please be mindful
but
about what you say here.
I guess I should start off by saying from someone I guess I'm on the outside
Yeah.
because I rely on information from family and from ABS News and
But then not just
but
that though, like I think it's things that we've seen
yeah
firsthand, things that we've seen secondhand, things the third, you know what I mean?
yeah yeah
It's just a lot all in one.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah, but it seems like there's not a lot of support for the people back home, a lot of support for Antiguans. But and when I say support, I mean support like government support. It seems like there's not a lot of progression
Mm-hmm.
for the people of Antigua. The ministers, well, the top ministers and leaders seems like they're doing well. But the
Yeah.
people as a whole, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of progression on the island.
And I'll say this, right? And don't please, if you're watching from Antigua, don't take offense. We love Antigua, from the bottom of our heart. I feel like I remember, I don't, maybe this was a couple years ago. There was this huge debate. I feel like I know more about what's going on in Antigua than I do here a lot of the
Yeah,
times
yeah.
because I still follow the news, I still have, anyway. There was just people talking about, and there was people our age who felt like, we can be better as a country, infrastructure, roads, engineering, and stuff. But I feel like Antiguans, maybe not everybody, have the mindset of no, this is how we always done it.
Oh,
So we should
yeah.
keep it like this.
And
It's
also,
like, well, one
yeah,
second.
yeah. Sorry,
One
sorry.
of the things that they did was there was this guy, he went away and studied, he studied engineering. And he came back and he was just talking about his experience and all the things that he was like, I'm trying to get a job. I was showing them all these things and they just kind of dismissed him. Oh, you're too young. You don't really know what you're talking about. And
Yeah.
he showed some of the designs that he had and the plans. And it was like, I mean, I don't know anything about engineering, but it looked great.
Yeah.
Town is a staple, right? It's the heart, it's the capital of
When you say
Antigua.
town, I don't think if you're not from Antigua, you're from the Caribbean, you might not understand
It's
what we
St.
mean by
John's.
town.
It's the well, how would you describe
It's
it?
the
The main
capital.
it's the
It's the capital
capital.
of the
It's
island.
the main, that's where a lot of
Yeah.
things are, so we
Yeah,
say town,
stores and
a
everything.
lot of
That's where the
stores.
shopping areas are. That's where tourists go.
Yeah,
And that's the main hub of the island, I would say.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you have all the markets, you have everything. So
So, he was just saying that we can be better, and here's some designs that I have where we can spruce up this place. You were listing your
yeah,
cons.
yeah, no. So I was just saying, it's that it's kind of disheartening because it kind of feels as though, and I've experienced this many times, not necessarily just with Antigua, but with other things in life where people don't value their own. So the people that are around them, the people that they know, the people um, that they have experiences with, they don't really value those people, but they always value the people on the outside or the
Right,
people that they bring in because
right,
they think they have more knowledge or better knowledge than the people around them, the people
right.
surrounding them. So
Even though our credentials are the same, even though, I'm coming back home to I studied abroad, I'm back now, help me. And it's like, nah, we'll take this
yeah,
other person who's
yeah,
not from the
and
island.
honestly, like even when we moved here at first, my mindset was always, okay, at some point I'm gonna move back home. At some point I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something to bring value to the people of Antigua.
Yeah,
Like whether that's like opening some kind of store or
yeah,
even though I wasn't really a big outgoing person, it always was in the back of my mind of, oh, maybe I could run for like government or something and
yeah,
try to do
yeah.
something. Yeah,
To
but
help.
yeah, but it just seems like the way the roadmap isn't quite there
Yeah.
to being able to do
Yeah.
anything that would be beneficial.
Have we thought about moving out of America? Absolutely.
Every single sorry.
We think about it all the time.
Especially these last couple months,
No, this
last
past
year,
year.
it's been rough.
Yeah.
It's been so
But
rough.
then the thing is, like,
So,
where do we want to go to?
yeah,
I would say Kamoy and I would say we're spoiled in the sense of
convenience.
convenience.
Yeah,
We can have like things, at the drop of a hat.
yeah.
There's Amazon. There's just
There's
so many.
Walmarts. You
There's
can go to Walmart
Walmart.
and get
Yeah,
anything you
anything you
want.
want.
Yeah.
There's so much. So then it's like, okay, where would we want to move? But Kamoy and I have talked about like we've had a list of countries of like where would we want to move to, pros and cons, all those things. For me, I like the convenience, right?
Yeah.
So we're thinking like, okay, well, maybe we could move to the US Virgin Islands. We can get island life plus, it's still
Yeah.
convenient-ish, or maybe we can move back to the Caribbean, but maybe try a different country. I don't know. We keep talking
Yeah.
about it, but
And a lot of thing too is that like with all that planning, you have to have money
you
to
have
go
to have
travel
money.
and
Yeah, because I don't wanna move to some place.
and
The
go
only
test
place
it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I don't wanna move to some place without going there first, right? Like, even if we said we're moving back to Antigua, we would wanna be there for, like, at least 2 weeks just to test it out to say, "Okay, let's pretend
I'll say 3 weeks.
we're
Yeah.
living back home, um, let's scope out some schools. Let's pretend we're driving to work for 8 o'clock in the morning. What is traffic like?
Mm.
Let's go grocery
Yeah, yeah,
shopping.
yeah.
How much money are we spending?
Yeah.
How much is it going to be to build a new
Does
house?
KFC still sell milkshakes?
They do. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, plug. KFC in the Caribbean is completely different from
And a lot
KFC
better.
in America, and I
So
cannot
much
even
better.
describe the taste. Antigua KFC, I've heard like other KFCs in the Caribbean too.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so, so, so good.
Plus they have shakes.
And they have milkshakes and fries. But yeah, I don't know. Like we would have to test it out to see if is this what we can do? Is this what we want to
Yeah.
be? What's it like? What jobs can we get? Yeah, how much is our grocery bill?
Yeah.
So how much, what our finances look
Yeah.
like, all those
How
things.
much are we gonna need to be making because
Yeah.
we're still gonna have student loans up here that we still need to be paying. and we still have other we still have other things that we need to pay while we're still living home and everything. So
Yeah. Did you know, fun fact, guys, did you know that if you move to another country, you still have to pay taxes? Like you still have to file your taxes. I worked with somebody whose sister has lived in the United Kingdom since she was like
that's
early
crazy.
20s. And she got married, she has kids, and she just doesn't file her taxes. She
I was gonna say
she
the same thing.
hasn't.
I was wondering how many people actually don't,
Yeah, and I
because
don't I don't remember, something happened. It wasn't like she tried to file or something, but something happened. I don't know if they legally served her. Something weird happened, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I never knew this." So
yeah,
I was talking to my
yeah. You're like, I don't
coworker.
live here. Why do I have to pay
Yeah,
taxes
I
here?
was talking to my coworker about it. So like she had to hire an attorney,
Yeah,
and it was like 20 plus years of not filing taxes and then
jeez,
doing her income, and she's supposed to still be paying taxes. It was just out of pocket. I think she had to pay like a ton of money
wow, that's
back to the
crazy.
government. So yeah, because if you're still a U.S. citizen and you move to another country, it doesn't matter. You're still obligated. I think the only way for you to
Renounce your
is
citizenship.
to renounce your citizenship, which, another fun fact, you have to pay for it too.
That's
So yeah.
that's hilarious. But it makes sense
I'm
though.
filled with fun facts
This
for
is
you.
America though, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. So
I don't even know. I'm sorry. I took
yeah,
us off.
no,
Where
you're
where
good.
were we? But yeah, so we'd want to go to wherever country we think, and just live there for a little bit and
Yeah,
see um how what that would be like.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think another thing we're talking about too is our kids. How would our kids adapt to moving back home? Because our kids are very American. Um,
Especially the older one, the
yeah,
boy.
so we're like, okay, is he gonna be made fun of? Like, how long is it gonna take him to get used to and assimilate to being on an island and
Yeah.
being back home in Antigua and everything? Because I know it was bad for me moving here, and I'm still assimilated. I'm still trying to. I'm still not. I'm still not fully Americanized, if you want to put it that
But
way.
think about
So
it though. Like, I just did this, just popped into
yeah,
my head. I think because this happened to me when I was at Foundation Mix, and I think when I was at Clare Hall, we had somebody, to both were girls. They moved from the United States
yeah.
to Antigua,
Was it the
whatever.
United States or was it the United Kingdom?
I'm pretty sure they had American accents.
Okay.
And I think everybody just kind of flocked to them because they were so fascinated. Tell us about this,
Yeah.
tell us about that. So I think in my head, that's what it's going to be. I
Yeah.
think he would have the hardest struggle,
Mhm.
but the younger two,
And I think so
it would
too,
be easier
'cause
for them.
I had a boy in my class. Well, it was all boys that went to that school,
Yeah.
but he moved from England
Mhm.
with his parents, and I remember from what I remember, I could be wrong, but I didn't think he had the best of times when he first moved back. So, and then I don't think it was like girls where everybody was infatuated with
Oh,
them, and
really?
it was just more, oh, who
Who's this
it was
guy?
kinda like, "Who's this foreigner?" kinda
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And so but I could be wrong, but that's how I perceived it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But I mean, that one time our son made friends with
yeah, yeah.
somebody at
But
your.
also he was like 3 though.
No, he
That
wasn't 3. He
yeah,
was,
he was like 3.
I don't know. Okay.
Like everybody that young, they get along.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. That's true. So I don't know. It's
yeah,
just a lot to consider. I mean, like the major pro, which this could be, multiple pros in one, is just that my mom's there, my brothers are there, right? Like when I say that, for them to have a stronger relationship, but also free babysitting every weekend. Are you kidding me?
yeah,
Like, mom, what you doing? Nothing. Come watch these kids. You know what I mean? Come on, and I are, and my mom will happily do
yeah.
it. Happily do it. You know what I mean?
And I think my parents getting ready to move back too. So,
Oh, they are moving
but
back.
I would put money on it. I'll put money on it that they're getting ready to move.
But yeah, I would love that. It's like here, they always say it takes a village to raise children. We don't have a village here. It's just Kamoy and I in Colorado, right? So if something happens where we can't take our kids, then you're gonna get one of us. I
Yeah,
will
or
go.
none.
Yeah, or none. I will go. Kamoy will stay home.
Yeah,
Kamoy will go. I will stay home. We've done it, and this has been our life, and I think we're okay with it. If we want to go on dates, we'll both take some days off work, and then we'll go on day dates while the kids are in school.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And that has just been our life since
yeah.
we've had kids.
And I think to go veer into another topic, I think that's something that we feel like our kids are missing out on a lot is that time with their grandparents and family like that since we're the only ones here.
Yeah, I grew up with
And
my
so
grandma, right? And we had a really close relationship. And it's our kids right now, they keep calling my mom and telling her that we want to come over to your house. We want to come over to your house, right? And it's like, that's not
yeah,
possible right now, and my mom's redoing her house and she's like when she's like picking things out and decorating, she's thinking about the kids in mind.
yeah,
So she just got a dining table, but it doesn't have like edges. It's rounded because she doesn't want when they're running around the house for them to hit
yeah,
the corner of it, right? But that's grandparents for you, right? Like she's preparing for like when we come and
yeah,
visit and things like that. So I think that would be like I would say it's the multiple pros
hmm,
in one is just that have that relationship, have a village where mom, I'm sick,
yeah,
can you come take these kids for a
yeah,
little bit? Or not even just, "Mom, I don't wanna can
yeah.
you
We
just come
wanted to
over and
do
take
something.
care of me?"
Yeah,
Like, "Mom, I'm sick." She can bring me soup. I don't know, you know what I mean? So it's like and my brothers, I'll just say this, I just wanna be back home and be pampered. I mean, I just I wanna go lay on my mom's couch, and I just want people to take care of me, you know?
so the
I
truth
have
finally comes out.
Yes!
So,
Yes, I have 2 brothers. I'm the oldest. I have 2 younger brothers, but they're both adults. They both can cook really well. So I'm just gonna lay here and you and you cook for me. What's the problem? You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I just want that. I miss, just having the convenience of family
yeah.
being there.